Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are in for our lecture of English, Standard 9th Standard. Your second lesson, 1.2, a synopsis, the Swiss family Robinson. I'll just explain you the whole story in a very short form because this is a very lengthy story. The book is written with a span of the family spending 10 years plus on an island away from the main region from where they drifted because of the storm. They were in a ship and they had to face the storm, and then they had to leave the main ship and move with a smaller ship which is known as a pinnace, which is more or less attached to the big ship, and they take all their provisions, they take all the groceries in that case, and they spend, the Robinson family, man, wife, husband, wife, their 4 sons and 2 doggies are there with them, and in that case they live on a deserted island for around 10 years. The children learn a lot of things out there. They learn geometry, they learn art, they learn the crafting method, the skill of doing many things. They learn to fight life on a deserted region where no one is living. The Robinson family being an educated family, because of that the parents' love, parents' care, parents' behavior, parents' education, parents' experience, this is a very small part of that 10-year story. That is why it is called synopsis. The word synopsis itself means summary, because this book or this whole story has a span of more than 10 years. Obviously, if you write in each and every day, if you have a diary writing procedure of it and you write it on a day-to-day working, the story will go into books and books and books, into acts and scenes in that manner. Therefore, rather than reading the complete story of the Robinson family, they just put it into a summary form, into a skeleton form, and then I shall be explaining it to you in that particular manner, even though you will understand the whole story in that way. So, a synopsis, the Swiss family Robinson, the meanings are given on the board itself. Apart from that, I have already told you earlier, you have to become netizens so that you know what word is found where. You have to use the word net. That is why you have to become netizens rather than being citizens. You have to keep using the net, your internet on the smartphone for getting the meanings out. Because of the meanings, then you will be able to understand each and every word of the lesson. Now, if you have your textbook, you please open to your page number 6. And if you don't have your textbook yet, take it out or refer to your PDF that has been already sent to you earlier before your lectures have been started. The PDF is in your mobile itself, and if you have the textbook, it's well and good. So let's begin off with this lesson, a synopsis, a summary, a brief account of the Robinson family who were deserted on an island. The Swiss family Robinson is a well-known adventure novel storybook that people of many countries have enjoyed for more than 200 years. It has also been made into graphic novels and film. That means this is just not a story which has been circulated over many countries and for the past 200 years. That means it all happened in the 18th century, and now we are in 2020. Movies have been made on it, documentaries have been made on it, graphic novels have been made on it, animations have been done on the same story. Now let's go on with the story. The novel, that means the story written by the Swiss clergyman. Swiss means Switzerland people. The people of Switzerland are called Swiss people. Clergyman is a person who is a member of the church. Like you have in your mosque, the imam and you have the Muslims out there. Similarly, in the church, you have various people out there taking care of the church in that way. The clergyman Johann David Weisses is not just an adventure. That means this particular story is not only an adventure, but there is something to learn from it, where the children of Robinson family learn a lot of things in this one particular manner. It aims at teaching young people values. That means you people have to learn a lot of things when you are deserted, when you are left alone. You are a solitary reaper in that manner. When you don't have parents in or around yourself, at that time you should remember all the values of life. First and foremost thing is self-reliance. That means you should be dependent on yourself rather than being dependent on others. You should be independent by yourself rather than taking aid or help of others. Yes, you can take suggestions, but don't put yourself on the other side of the rope or the line so that you are demarcated in that manner. You are put to limitless people. Then you will be marked out as a helpless person. So it is better to be self-reliant, better to be independent by one's own self. Second word is determination. Determination means you should have the willpower, the willingness, the keenness, the eagerness, the will to do something. Determination, dedication, devotion, perception, persuasion, performance. All these things are very important for a person to be winners of life. Love for your family. Obviously, if you take love and care for yourself, you take love and care for your family, obviously the world will also love and care you also in that particular manner. Cooperation. You should cooperate with people, you should coordinate with people, you should adjust with people, you should be willing to help people and willing to take help from people. Remember, life is from the cradle to the grave. It is a learning and teaching process. It is you come here to learn, we come here to teach, but it is on the other side also. We learn from you people also, because you are techno people, you are today's people, you are all savvy people of the computer, and we are old people, we are outdated people. Yet today we are sailing in the same boat with you, so that we learn things in accordance with today's technology. We have to update ourselves. We have to move up with you in your thinking manner, in your walk and talk of life. So that is very important. Prudent use of resources. Prudent means using any form of resource that is with you very, very carefully, very, very appropriately, very, very frugally, because what is in hand is worth two in a bush. What is in hand is worth two in a bush. Something which is not in your hand, you cannot think of it. But what is within the reach of you, what you can do at present, is that you can learn a lot of things with limited resources, with limited provision, with limited things in the reach of you. At present we are running through a pandemic lockdown procedure where we cannot leave our houses, where we cannot attend school, where we can move to the market. So therefore the online procedure has been processed through the education department. Therefore we people are putting up videos of every lesson limitlessly in such a manner so that you people don't miss your lesson. You people are educated, you people are getting the lessons online. You should take the most advantage of it. Subscribe, like and share your links, your videos with all your friends, all the various other school students also, so that they also learn a lot from us. That the Hera teachers are, mashallah, alhamdulillah, very good. Not that no, they can do things better in a better manner, and we are ready to learn and we are ready to give ourselves in the manner so that there is cooperation, coordination, courage, confluence among ourselves, and we people are ever ready to help and finish it off. Next is, it also has good lessons relevant in natural sciences. Natural sciences means your history, your geography, your marine resources. All these are your natural, the weather report, your climatic report, your natural calamities, your natural disasters. All this comes into your natural sciences. Then you move on to the next one, is your good husbandry. Husbandry means farming. Farming can be of different types. not only your agriculture farming, but farming can be of your livestock. You can have sheep rearing farming, your cow farming, your animal farming, your animal husbandry, so on and so forth. And finally, it is even mathematics. Mathematics is where you have the major 4 operations: your plus, minus, multiply and divide with the numbers from 0 to 9. You've been learning numbers right from KG, from your kindergarten classes, till you learn or till you live. You will learn numbers only from 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there will be mixtures of those numbers, but the main four major operations are your plus, minus, multiply and divide. None other than all these things. Third paragraph on now. Some elements of novel do stretch reality to a certain extent, but we must consider that it is a work of fiction and not a fact file. Given below is a synopsis and outline of its basic story. That means whatever things come into life is not necessary that is reality. It can be reality. Reality is different from reality. Reality is different from reality. Reality and it's totally different from reality. Reality is truth. Reality is truth, and this is obviously false, or you can call it as fiction, or you can call it as fantasy, so on and so forth. But reality is something what you've done, what you have seen in true life. Things what are true are always true. Things which are fake, which are untrue, which are false, which are fictions, which are fantasies, which are dreams, which are nightmares, all these are in your fake world. So this is another story. Given below is a synopsis and outline of its basic story. That means this is a very, very, very long story based on 10 years span of time. And for this, up to here, I hope you've understood everything. The meanings are given, even though I've explained most of the meanings to you. These meanings will be carried on in the next lecture also, because I've just explained the first 3 paragraphs of the lesson 1.2, a synopsis, the Swiss Family Robinson. If you have yet doubts in your first 3 paragraphs of your English textbook, you can read it again and again and again. Listen to the explanation that I have given to you very, very carefully, then you will be able to understand what I have explained, because there are many, many words in that which I have explained orally. So if you understand it, very well and done. Otherwise, you become netizens, refer to the net and understand the meaning out there and write the meanings in your English literature notebook. Keep that in mind. Your next lesson, lesson 1.1, you may have already written the meanings of. Today, we are in with lesson 1.2, and again you have to write the complete meanings that are on the board, and apart from the meaning that I have told you orally, and yet you have some more doubts, you can refer to your net. The internet will supply you with every meaning. Please refer to the internet as and when required, and yet you have doubt, you are most welcome to ask me. Jazakallah.